What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, I'm going to show you the most dangerous dungeon in the Exiled Lands. Now, it's not the most dangerous because of the enemies that are inside, but because of a mechanic of the way that this dungeon works. For those of you that are not familiar with this dungeon, it is in G7, and it is at Metkamos' Spire. Now, in order to get in this dungeon, you are going to need to spend 30 blood crystals in order to open this portal to the dungeon. Now, this dungeon is unlike other dungeons because this is the entrance, and it really is an instanced type of dungeon. So instead of having a physical door that you walk through, you teleport into this location. Now I want to show you guys what I'm wearing. I have the Skelos armor on, and then I have a katana, I have a torch, and I have a construction hammer in my inventory. These things are going to be important to remember for when we get later on in the video. But if you haven't been in here, you just want to run off to the left and down this cave in order to get into the arena area where you're going to fight all the enemies. Now, I'm not going to cover all of this dungeon with this video. I'm just going to show you the mechanic that makes this the most dangerous dungeon. The first interaction of this dungeon is as far as we're going to go because I want to show you the mechanic of what happens. So I'm actually going to allow these spiders to kill my character. Now, it doesn't matter whether it is the first interaction or the last interaction. When you die, this mechanic is going to kick in and cause some major trouble for you. Now that my character has died, you can see I instantly become a loot bag, and I have three options: dungeon, bedroll, and bed. I'm going to choose bed in this instance so that I can show you what actually happens if you choose that. However, I have tried to spawn back in the dungeon, and what it does is it actually puts you into a boot loop, or at least it put me into a boot loop. Now, I have to go into creative mode here because I don't actually have the sorcery unlocked with this character, but what I want to do is summon my corpse, and you can see it says you have no corpse to summon. And if we take a look at the map, we actually don't even have a death marker. If we go back out to this dungeon and try to interact with it, it's going to give us a different error for trying to get in the dungeon. So we'll come up here, we will press on ignite, and you can see it says the destination is currently unstable, meaning I cannot actually get back into that dungeon. So all the gear, equipment, and loot that I had in my inventory is now lost. It's completely gone as if it was just deleted. Now, that's the way that the dungeon behaves when you are playing on a server. It will actually let you back into the dungeon if you're playing solo. It seems like it works to respawn you in that dungeon if you are playing on a solo game. However, if you are playing on a server and you die in there, you can kiss that loot goodbye. So my recommendation is that anytime you go in there, you want to make sure that you are going in there with the least amount of items in your inventory in case something goes wrong. If for some reason you die in there and you had thralls with you, it's very important for you to recall those thralls immediately when you respawn. Otherwise, left in the dungeon, there's a good likelihood that they'll end up perishing in there and you won't be able to get them back either. So just having the loss of their armor and weapons is better than losing the thrall outright. And this is the only dungeon that behaves this way. I personally don't like the way that this behaves, but that is what you're up against if you go into this dungeon. So make sure you go in prepared and you are able to complete the dungeon, because if you're not and you die, you are going to lose all of the gear you went in there with. Don't forget to whack the like button on your way out, and let me know in the comment section below if you've run into this issue. I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for their continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you're looking for more epic videos created by me, click the one that's on the screen right now and let me know which video sent you over there in the comments.